All right, here we go. So this one, again, the first thing we want to check, is there any greatest common factors that we can take out of this one? And in addition to that, I guess even for me, I would see that first term is a negative 6x cubed. So I am going to anticipate taking out a negative just to start out with. Whether the other terms have anything in common that I can factor out as well, I don't care. I'm going to factor out a negative, so I don't have to worry about that first term being negative. Now that we'll change the signs, which we'll get into, but let's look at, well, I'm going to start with the numbers, okay? So we got, again, 6, 18. We can make them. Yeah, it looks like it is. So 6, 18, and it's the 14, right? Like my first thought was 3 with the 6 and 18, but the 14 makes it just 2, which 6 and 18 are still divisible by 2, and same with 42. So yeah, again, I'm not just taking out a 2, though. It's a negative 2. So negative 6 divided by negative 2 would be positive 3. 18 divided by negative 2 would be negative 9. Negative 14 divided by negative 2 would be positive 7.
Does
and
it
then
have to be a negative?
And then 42 divided by negative 2 would be negative 21. So that's just the numbers part of this. But then I see that each of the terms, this one has 3 x's, 2 x's, there's another 2 x's. And then this one has an individual x. So I can just yank out an individual x from each. So the x to the power of 3, we lost an x, so now it's x squared. The x squared lost an x, so there's an x. The 7 lost, the negative 14x squared lost an x, so there's another x. And then the last term just lost its only x. Now again, some students would say, can't we just combine these two middle terms? Yes, but you're kind of getting ahead of us, and eventually you'd probably factor that out anyways. So I'm going to keep it like this so that we can focus on factor by grouping. So the negative 2x stays with this expression, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'm not gonna even worry about rewriting it yet. I'll get to it, but not yet. So the first set right here, let's see what we can factor out there. So I see I got a 3x, again, just the 3 and the negative 9. I can factor out a 3 from both of those. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Negative 9 divided by 3 is negative 3. But in addition to that, we got an x squared and an x, so I can actually take out an x from both. The first term would have an x. The second term, we took out its only x. So this is what I get from that, and I put the 1 there. If you didn't want to, you wouldn't have to. Now, let's focus on the next set. So again, we should get something out of this. Let's start with the numbers, 7 and negative 21. So I can yank out a positive 7 from both these, divide them both by 7. 7 divided by 7 is 1. Negative 21 divided by 7 is negative 3. And you see, again, this is starting to set up already like that other binomial right there, which is, again, what we should expect. And then the x from the first term just stays with it because the other term didn't have an x to factor out. I know the negative 2x is out there. I'll still come back to it in the end, which is what I want, but I'm still... So do be careful. I mean, I think you guys have had some experience with factoring trinomials, which if you have, you can do it. But usually it's going to end up with something like this anyways. So yeah, let's continue here then. So within this set of parentheses, we can yank out a 1x minus 3. I'm going to keep it the same way. And then the other one has the 3x in green and then the positive 7 in orange. And at this point, with that extra set of parentheses, I'm just going to get rid of it just so it looks cleaner. And now I will apply the negative 2x to the work because now it's important to see that in there.
So why